Hello, Fabulous Sagittarius. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of August 2016, Love Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. What an important month it is for all of us. Lots of emotions happening as well. And in the context of love as well, because there's something about love that can kick up emotions for us all. Now, for you in particular, I do think this is going to be a very important month for you. And it is because we are going to have Venus meeting your ruling planet in the sky now. Now, this normally happens about once a year, really. Normally, normal circumstances, about once a year, Venus will meet your ruling planet in the sky. And it tends to be, on one level, considered very lucky, very fortunate in the context of love, particularly for you. But on another hand, it can be truly transformative as well. That Venus not only will be meeting Jupiter, but also will be speaking in supreme harmony with Pluto as well. We'll be speaking to Saturn in your sign. We'll be standing across Neptune. So it's a very active Venus on its way to meeting your ruling planet, having all kinds of connections. And so what this says to me, for you in particular, there's a real sense of big picture thinking right about now. So there's no thinking small. There's no thinking about, okay, what is it that's going to make me happy right now? It's very much about, where am I going in my life? What is it that I'm meant to do in my life? And does what's happening right now fit into that or not? So there's a real sense of an honest evaluation. Is the love situation you're in right now truly represent the truth of who you are? And if it does, that's great, right? It might be for some people out there that you know you need to be on your own for now. So there'll be a greater level of acceptance with that. It might be that there's a need for acceptance of the partnership that you have, that's something that's going on with you. It may also be that there's a need to accept what has been, right? To be honest with yourself about what has been so that you can fully move into your future and the possibilities that are in front of you now. So let's take it one at a time. For those of you in an established bond, I do think there's going to be some moment of evaluation, some moment of needing to check your own expectations. What is love supposed to be? What's reasonable to expect? What is not? And I will be honest with you, because I always will be, there's a small percentage of you out there that I do think this process of truth, right? What love do you have? What do you really feel about it? Is not necessarily going to be easy, right? Some of your answers won't be the easiest answers to find. Again, this is just a small percentage of you out there. But ultimately, this is about taking an honest stock and evaluating. Where is it that you are and why? Where is it that it's about you and something that needs to change in you? Or is it the circumstance, something about the partnership that needs to change? Is it still working or not? How does it need to evolve if it's going to continue? Or can it not? This is going to be part of the questioning and some of the exploration for a few of you out there. But as I look at this particular sky, I do think that ultimately there is change being promised, and this change ultimately brings about a greater sense of peace. So for some, there may be a sense of closure of the past, releasing the drama so you can fully be happy with this person today, making some big changes that you know ultimately will allow you to feel like you're starting fresh in love with this person that you love. It might be a little bit of an adjustment getting there. It might be a little bit of, tough questions that lead you to that moment of acceptance that then transforms the relationship for the better. So all of that is promised now, but ultimately it is love that can change, like really create dramatic changes all around. And the more big picture you are thinking, the more likely it is that you'll be able to be part of changes that you like very much. Those of you who are open to meeting someone new, it is, again, big picture thinking. This can be a time when you meet someone who is, they could be like someone in a position of authority, right? They could be a boss. They could be somebody who has achieved something that you look up to, that you want, or in some way represents something larger than yourself. This could also be, I gotta say, this is kind of tied to, self-worth issues as well, which I think is actually kind of an epidemic in our modern world, is what I believe. But having said that, as I look at this sky, it's unfortunate, but sometimes we think of certain people like being out of our league or ahead of us in some way. It is possible now that you meet somebody, you connect with somebody who you view in that way on some level, and that changes the way that you see yourself and what it is that you deserve. So it could be superficial, right? It might be more significant as well. It could be somebody who treats you very different than the way that you've been in dynamics and relationships before, and it makes you realize certain things. It makes you realize that you can have love that is more gentle, that is more healthy, that is more of the things that you deserve when you truly do value yourself. So that's part of this celestial picture as well. But ultimately, it is love that has the power to change us deeply. And particularly you right now has the power to really help you to tap into the best of you, the more hopeful energy, the more positive energy, the energy that you access when you know the world is yours and all kinds of possibilities are available to you. That's when you are happiest. And it is love that can be part of facilitating that state of spirit for you now. What I love about this month for you is that it is love that helps you to understand that change can happen. And change can happen that moves you towards a greater sense of happiness. And sometimes love can be the catalyst for some very important changes, which are set to take place for you. A transformation of sorts from the inside out, a new sense of goals, a new sense of reach, a new sense of possibilities can open up to you now. And love can very much be part of that picture.